I was sitting down to try to record today's video many times, but as you could see, I got a little bit distracted along the way. But let's dive into the astrology of today and for this week. So first and foremost, we have Chiron moving into retrograde in the sign of Taurus today on August the 3rd. And I did a whole separate video about what that means for your rising sign, so you might want to check that out as well. The thing that is very, very important to know about Chiron in Taurus is that this is such an embodied experience of all the wounds we might still carry in regards to our physical senses, our emotions, the way that we think, the way that we perceive the world as well, everything in regards to how we spend and use our finances and resources in general. And a few days after, on August the 6th, we will have Venus moving into the sign of Libra. So there will be a highlight in regards to relationships and partnerships and collaborations and how to improve them and create harmony in those relationships. And we see that in the sky because Venus will begin to receive some very supportive aspects throughout the month of August. And then the day after, on August the 7th, Mercury will leave the retrograde shadow, so you might feel that there are some delays that starts to clear up. Perhaps the way that you have been thinking feels a little bit less foggy, a little bit less stirred by your emotions. You might feel that communication and plans in general starts to regain momentum because it has been this feeling of things being slowed down a little bit perhaps. And then moving fast forward to August the 11th, we have Mars entering Cancer. And I did another video about that, so you might want to check that out too. And I have some highlights in regards to perhaps some very karmic patterns that Mars is here to come and resolve. So if you think back to the last time we had Mars in Cancer in the beginning was in 2024 around September, but he had a very unusual pattern back then, so he retrograded in and out on a very particular part of the sky at that moment in time, which then made him stay in the sign of Cancer for a very long time. And if we connect the dots, he will now be moving into Cancer on August the 11th, and there will not be any retrogrades. So it's almost as if the sky is telling us, take a look back to 2024, 2025. Did you notice anything coming back to you in regards to everything fourth house, everything Cancer? So that could be everything in regards to, how you nourish yourself, your home, your stability, your roots, question about your lineage, your ancestry, particularly the maternal line. There could be questions around housing situations, You could have become more clear about what doesn't work for you. For some people, because it's Mars in Cancer, there could be physical shifts in regards to particularly inflammation in the body, holding on to a lot of tension and fluids in the body as well. So if you had those issues arising back in 2024, 2025, Mars might be here to make you find a solution to those things, particularly if you take the time to slow down and actually think about whether you are carrying some emotions that doesn't really serve you anymore, that are too heavy for you. So Mars is here to clear that out. And also on a collective level, how we communicate from the heart and how we communicate our emotions, emotional intelligence are extremely important. But, usually we talk about how Mars is debilitated in Cancer and doesn't really like to be there. But because there's this karmic flair to it, there's a resolution in the sky, we will be feeling this Mars in Cancer, and we will need to deal with it in this current sky. And looking to how it's supported in general with Mercury in Leo on the 9th as well, I would say that there is a connection to the heart, the way that we think, the way that we communicate, where perhaps we are able now to take a fresh look at how we move in our daily life in regards to what we truly feel, what we are passionate about, and what's important to us. And then finally on August the 12th, we have a solar eclipse at 20 degrees in Leo. So that's quite a big event as well that I will make a separate video about. So you can see that we have yet again a very eventful week ahead of us with many beautiful things happening in the sky, and most of them, looking at the patterns, are very much highlighting the love we have for ourselves and the love that we share with our closest people in our life. We will have this reminder of what's important to focus on in life, what's important to feed our body, mind, and spirit, particularly with, again, Chiron in retrograde at 0 degree in Taurus. That makes us reconsider perhaps how we have a sense of security, what we think value is and what true value is, because you cannot really feel much value of life if, for instance, your nervous system is highly dysregulated and you feel anxiety and fear every single time you are going out or sitting at home on the couch. So there's a beautiful opportunity to connect all the dots this week of August and have some heartfelt conversations with the people that you love. See some projects and some passions perhaps moving forward, with Mercury leaving the retrograde shadow as well, clearing things up. Just a few things to perhaps look out for in this week and focus on. I would say first and foremost, focus on clear communication coming from your heart. Focus on past emotions resurfacing, and emotions that might make you feel that you fall into old patterns that doesn't really feel good to your body. It could be that you tend to eat too much, or that you feel like you need to drink something in order to calm down, or perhaps you have too much coffee during the day. All of these things will be highlighted, and they are coming up now so that you can make other choices. And then towards the end of the week, it's important that you try to slow down before we have this big, beautiful explosion of solar eclipse energy coming in and defining a whole new path for the next 6 months. So focus on those areas, have nice conversations with the people that matters a lot to you in your life. Try to be more emotionally honest, both with yourself and the people around you. And be bold and courageous. Start some new passion projects. Focus on creativity. And it's in general a clearing in the sky from this very intense July month that we have had. So I like this very much. So that's the little cosmic check-in for today. Please check out some of my other videos if this content resonates with you, and remember to like and subscribe to this channel, and I see you in another video. Bye for now.